mtoto yake alishikwa akapotea. Wewe kama mzazi, mtoto wako akishikwa mateka apotee, huwezi kuwa na furaha. Sasa Muturi amekasirika, anataka kujua ni nani alishika mtoto wake. Wengine wameanza kusema Muturi must resign, Muturi must be sacked. Shame on you.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the backstory. If you're new here, kindly hit the subscribe button and the notification bell down below so that you can be notified whenever we post a new video. Now, ladies and gentlemen, there is an issue that I think President William Ruto needs to address urgently. I think it's something that he's been taking for granted because his handlers have been trying to spin it to make it look like it's something that is coming from leaders from Central Kenya because of the Rigathi Gachagwa's issue. But right now it's taking like a national outlook whereby leaders from different regions have been voicing their concern about the issue of abductions.
William Ruto, mimi kama kiongozi katika taifa hii yetu ya Kenya, mwenye nilikupenda na ninakupenda, nilikutafutia kura, umenipatia majukumu, ninatekeleza. Ningependa nikuombe peupe kwamba kuna watu wenye wanataka kuchochea mheshimiwa waziri wako Justin Muturi, mtoto yake alishikwa akapotea. Wewe kama mzazi, mtoto wako akishikwa mateka apotee, huwezi kuwa na furaha. Sasa Muturi amekasirika, anataka kujua ni nani alishika mtoto wake. Wengine wameanza kusema Muturi must resign, Muturi must be sacked. Shame on you. How do you sack a father kwa sababu he's concerned about abduction of his child? Ndio ningependa kumwambia President Ruto, usisikize wale ambao wanasema umwachishe Justin Muturi kazi kama waziri. Kitu ya maana yenye utafanya, ukubali kwamba ukiona watu wakiuliza maswali kuhusu abduction, sio kwamba wanasema serikali ndio inatenda hiyo. Wanasema wewe kama president, chukua jukumu kama president wetu, uhakikishe maneno ya abduction ifanye nini? Ishi. Pazo, I mean, even if I'm the president of Kenya tomorrow, you will expect me to stop abductions. Otherwise, mtakuwa mmenipigia kura ya nini? And therefore, I stand with the president to support him positively. Naona vijana wadogo akina Kimani Ichung'wah, sijui nani, ndio wanaambia president ati mwaka petroli kwa moto, fukuza Justin Muturi. No, Muturi is speaking on behalf of millions of Kenyans wenye wanataka maneno ya abduction ikwishe.
You know, JB Muturi has been raising this issue from a personal point of view, whereby you remember that his child was abducted and the ordeal has been haunting him left, right and center. So some people within President William Ruto's cycle have been calling for the sacking of JB Muturi, the likes of Kimani Ichung'wah, the likes of Aden Duale. You know, Kimani Ichung'wah and Aden Duale and some of President William Ruto's handlers, as I have said, have been pushing this narrative that JB Muturi has not taken that collective responsibility which is expected of him as a CS, so that maybe he can defend the government. But just as I've said, JB Muturi is affected because, you know, the trauma of not knowing where your child is and you being told that he's been abducted, let me say by allegedly by police officers. You know, when your child is abducted and you're not told, you've tried to call like different police stations, you've called the highest people in the security sector, and they are not giving you conclusive information, that thing as a parent is traumatizing. Because you don't know if he's been abducted by Wakora or he's been abducted by maybe some people would want to hurt him. So JB Muturi has been putting himself in other parents' shoes. You know, maybe he was a speaker, yeah, but that thing has never come that close. So whenever he's speaking from a point of experience. He knows what other parents are feeling. And that's why his concerns should not just be taken lightly. The way the likes of Duale and Kimani Ichung'wah have been talking about this. Yeah, there is that collective responsibility, but there are times when you as an individual have to come out the way JB Muturi has done to call out on the authorities to act. And there's this angle that people who are close to the president have been trying to take, to spin it, to make it look like, okay, all this thing has been happening. It happened during President Uhuru's era. It happened during Kibaki's era. Yeah, it might have happened then, but one wrong in one, let me say, one presidency does not make it right in the other. That was Uhuru's era. Then Kenyans were not as informed as they are right now. They are not as bold as they are right now. And it doesn't mean that if it happened in President Uhuru's era, then it should happen in President Ruto's era. The other issue is that they've also tried to spin it to look like a central Kenya or a Kikuyu affair or a Kikuyu kind of mama. But look at that video. If you listen to the background, Boni Halwale was raising issues that is resonating very well with Kenyans. And this is at the heart of Western Kenya, Kakamega. Kenyans are saying that let this issue be addressed so that Kenyans can know what is happening. Because even thugs can take advantage. You might be having some people who do not like you. They can just take advantage and kidnap you and kill you. But at the end of it, people will feel like it is the government. So addressing the issue, one, Kenyans will get to know, because the government has on several occasions denied being involved in this. And the issue has been raised that if they are not involved, then who is doing it? And who has the authority to investigate all these allegations? It is the government, it's the police, it's the DCI. They are the people who have the power to investigate and tell Kenyans what is happening. So the fact that the government is not willing to investigate also gives Kenyans room for speculations. It also gives opponents a room for speculation. So unless this is addressed, then politicians and President Ruto's opponents will continue taking advantage of this until he addresses it. Because at some point, the president said that they were going to stop all these abductions. Yeah, somehow they have stopped. But the question is, who has been doing all these abductions? Because just the other day, 3 boys who were abducted in Mlolongo were found dead and their bodies were found at City Mortuary. So look at the trauma that their loved ones have gone through for all this time. Then at the end of it, their body is found dumped at City Mortuary. But no one talks about this. It's like it's normal. So what this is going to create, we know we're heading into 2027. If this is not addressed, we're heading into 2027, and politicians will take advantage of this to eliminate their opponents or their opponents, chief campaigners, because they know at the end of it, even if they kill or abduct their opponents, nothing will be done. But as Kenyans, we've donated our freedom and rights to the state so that the state, one, can provide security to all Kenyans. And it's the state that has the powers and the authority that has been donated to them by Kenyans so that they can provide security. They can investigate, apprehend these guys. So that even if it's being done by what we call political wakoras, let the state apprehend them. So, ladies and gentlemen, for me, I don't think I'm for the idea of sending JB Muturi home, because I know he has gone through a lot of trauma and is just trying to stand in solidarity with the parents who've lost their loved ones, with the parents who have gone through the same trauma, so that he becomes like the voice of reason in government, the voice who can speak. Those parents, most of the time, if you look at what happened with the likes of the bull, their parents did not come out to speak up. It's like they feared. But what JB Muturi has done is like he's come out to be the voice of reason, to be the voice who can speak on behalf of all these parents whose children have been abducted. And I think it's high time the government addressed this. It's high time they talked about it. And, you know, during President Uhuru Kenyatta's era or even Kibaki's era, there were commissions of inquiry. You know, sometimes you have to go out of the normal and form a commission of inquiry so that Kenyans can get to know what's happening in the country. Even though some of those commissions of inquiries recommendations were not implemented, but at least Kenyans will have a glimpse of what's happening. Yeah, so I would want to advise the handlers of President William Ruto not to take that bait, because once they bite that bait of sending JB Muturi home, it will have that spiral effect that the sending of Rigathi Gachagua home, or the impeachment of Rigathi Gachagua, has had in central Kenya. So it will be like inflicting a double pain on the people of Central. I know President William Ruto has been trying to reach out to Central. The other day he sent the Deputy President Kindiki so as to try and win the hearts of Central Kenya electorates. But if it goes ahead and sacks JB Muturi as is being advised by the likes of Kimani Ichung'wah, then it will be the end of this game for him. So what he needs to do is to maybe call JB Muturi and talk to him. And then after the discussion, come out and address the nation and promise that they're going to do what? They're going to investigate, they're going to form a commission of inquiry to investigate about these murders and abductions. And that will be, at least Kenyans will sleep knowing that they are safe. And let it be the end of abductions once and for all. So ladies and gentlemen, we'll keep monitoring what's going on and we'll keep you updated. So keep it here. Don't go anywhere. If you're new here, kindly hit the subscribe button and the notification bell down below so that you can be notified whenever we post a new video. Until next time, bye-bye.